Lastly, Johnny Depp is appealing Amber Heard's $2 million counterclaim win. Depp argues that he shouldn't be held liable for comments that were made by his lawyer, which a jury found were defamatory towards Heard. She was also ordered to pay over $10 million back in June for allegedly defaming Depp in a 2018 op-ed about domestic violence.
As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $0.
Depp's team says that the verdict was erroneous and that no evidence was presented during the trial that would connect Depp to the lawyer's statements. So let's take a moment to talk about this one with the attorneys who are still with us, Lexi Rigdon remotely, and Mitra Hurrian here inside the studio. Mitra, you're an entertainment lawyer in Los Angeles. That's where Depp and Heard were living. He wants his money back, but he hasn't actually had to pay out that money.
Yeah.
And do you think he was expecting that he's going to pay out that money?
You know, I think this is more about, there's this one little thing about this case that's bothering me. I think that's what he's thinking, because he cleared his name for the most part. You know, we saw what happened even online, where his fans are strong. He's getting work again. You know, so arguably he got the thing that he wanted. He got to tell his story and he got his life back, right? Or to whatever extent that he got his life back. And you know, he won the case for all intents and purposes, right? So we have this $10 million settlement plus the compensatory damages plus the punitive damages, but just there's this one little thing that's still bothering him that he can't let go of, and it's that $2 million, you know, that the jury found him to have defamed her for statements that he didn't even make. So that's what we're seeing here. I think we're seeing him kind of saying, yeah, no, you know what, that's not enough for me.
He wants it all back. Let's listen to just a piece of him talking during the trial about his career and how this has impacted it.
When the allegations were rapidly circling
They
the
cooled it
globe,
off for you.
telling people that I was a drunken, cocaine-fueled menace who beat women suddenly in my 50s. It's over. You know, you're done.
Lexi Rigdon, I want you to react to that. Tell me what you think about the impact of this case now that we are months out, because that was a big question. We've been talking today about a lot of domestic violence cases. That issue came up repeatedly in this one. What has been the impact, in your opinion?
Well, I think the Me Too movement was a bit of a cultural shift in terms of having victims come forward and perhaps people taking female victims more seriously. And then I think that this was a little bit of a pendulum swing back to the middle where we say, okay, not all victims are actually victims. So when people say believe all women, no, you can't believe all women or all men. You have to look at each case and the facts that are presented in each case. So I think this was a little bit of, it took the edge off a little bit of the Me Too movement. And we saw a lot of hatred directed to her online because people just didn't believe her.
Absolutely a lot. Mitra, you've got an appeal now from Johnny Depp of the $2 million win, but you've also got Amber Heard's appeal for the much larger win that Depp was able to get from that jury. What happens now? When do you think we'll see an end to this litigation?
I don't know. I think we got a ways to go still. You know, we got 2 appeals up, like you said, and I think there's still a little bit of
Lexi, let me get your last thoughts on the back and forth, whether or not it'll continue to stay relevant. Will there be any shift if she wins the appeal?
I don't think so. I think that the damage has been done, and I think it will stay relevant. I mean, we're covering it here, so people are interested. I'm interested. When I saw it, I clicked on it. I wanted to see it. So I don't think that it's going to go away. And I think one of the reasons that he did it is, on paper, she may owe $10.3 million, but he owes $2 million. So if she wins her appeal and he doesn't do anything, he owes $2 million. And he certainly is not judgment proof. She may be at this point and blacklisted in Hollywood, but he isn't. So, you know, I understand he's trying to get his last licks in, and also for financial reasons, it's more cost effective to file let's say a $50,000 appeal and hope that something gets overturned than it is to pay $2 million.
I've got to ask a really quick question before we have to go to break. Mitra, is he blacklisted? You're from Los Angeles. You're an entertainment law attorney. Is that still the case for Johnny Depp?
That is not the case. He's honestly, I want to say, you know, hotter than ever, but not hotter than ever. But really, he's still hot. Like, I think that, you know, Hollywood is going to always respond to a fan base, and we have seen an established fan base, a hardcore, diehard fan base that is not going anywhere.
Mitra Hurrian here in studio and Lexi Rigdon there remotely. Thank you both so much for all of your insight.